Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a layout update. And yeah, I've been building once again. So, welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome back to, I think, update number 9 or maybe even 10. I've been a little bit busy due to the nice weather out in the garden and everything, tidying that up. But I have been busy on the layout, and it's safe to say that I've extended it for scenery reasons. But before we get into that, just over, obviously, I haven't finished that hillside yet. And I have now recently discovered this signal. If I didn't explain it in the last update, I need to move this signal. The Helyang Tor logo 262 actually clouts it on when it goes on this line, so I need to move that and put it either. I'm thinking either over here at the end of the platform, so that it still be seen by both lines, or to put it up by the engine shed. However, I don't think I really want it there because it's going to be a bit cluttered. And obviously, another option is to scrap that signal and get some LED lights signals and put one at the end of the platform and one sort of in the hillside there, obviously on a proper mount. Anyway, to the new bits, I have built a canal scene. And it's cost me absolutely nothing to make, just time. So, what have I done? What I did is, if we jump to the end of the board here, you can see here, I've extended it by 3 inches. It's a 3-inch wide piece of MDF, all the way along to here. And then obviously it matches the rest of it, it comes at an angle. So that's just a piece of off-cut MDF that I had from a house I was doing a job for. They gave me some MDF because they would take it to the stip, and as I know that I always like to have bits of wood for reasons like this, they said it's only going to the tip, do you want it? And I said yes. So the reason for this, guys, is obviously I got those mini trains. Just grab them here if you haven't seen them. Obviously I got these little coal wagons, and if you haven't seen the previous updates, this was once a loading dock here that just went along here. I wasn't too happy with just leaving mounds of coal there because it had no area for it to go, because along here was the original end of the baseboard, right along there. So what I did, put that obviously board on here, paper mache'd the riverbank there to match obviously what we have there of the railway, and obviously paper mache'd this and join it up to the original hill so that it comes along. And obviously I had to add fences and bushes and flowers and everything in that bit. Here you can see I've used a bit of foam. Now this bit of foam goes underneath there. It's actually a piece of foam I had off of leftover from a tank diorama I did a few months back. And then obviously I just paper mache'd over the top so it all matched in line, and I actually put a small piece of timber down the back of there, bit of batten, just to widen the actual dock itself. So once I had extended all that and everything, I actually got some of the leftover Wills sheets from when I built the engine shed. I painted them in a dark grey and then went over them with a whitewash to pick out the mortar. I also picked out individual bricks, which is why you can see different colours, a bit brighter in areas. And if I can get the camera to focus, I put a green wash. You can see it a little better in person, but there's a green wash down along the bottom for obviously the changing tides, etc. for the canal. So once I had done that, obviously I put some tapping stones on the top. This swan that I've put on here actually covers a screw head. It was in an inconvenient place to screw, but put a bird on top so you can't see it. made some reeds and some bushing along there, but that's not finished yet. I'm going to put actual flowers and everything on it that you'd see on a canal. For the actual water, I've not used any water products that you can buy off the shelf. I mixed up my own colours, so some browns and some greens, and painted them on, and they dried in a matte colour. And then I used some gloss varnish that comes in a bottle that you can get from any artist shop, and gave it a couple of layers of gloss to give it the shine and reflection that water would have, but not too much, obviously, that it's then unrealistic. This petal crane I had for a little while. I didn't really know what I was going to use it for, so it just sat in a box. But I made it up and put it into position, etc. Gave it a really good weathering, as it would have been there for a long time. And then as for the grab, that's all scratch built out of card and florist wire, very thin florist wire, galvanized florist wire. And that just sits there nicely. And the barge isn't stuck down yet. Well, I put a coal load in it, as if they're loading it. And this is completely scratch built out of mountain board and card. That's all it is. Painted and weathered up to make it look extremely used and old. And as for these mooring line holders, etc., that holds it in, they are actually just the see-through plastic pieces you get on the end of paintbrushes. Cut them, put some filler in it, which I already had, and painted obviously the tops, etc. And then obviously I'm going to do the same along the obviously canal edge there, and there will be some thin thread, etc. I haven't finished it yet. It's about a week's worth of work so far. It's not finished, but they will obviously go along there, and that barge will be held in place by a thread as if they're mooring lines. Now, the inspiration I actually got for this is from Sharpness, the canal, the Gloucester Canal. I actually live like half hour away from it, so, and I've frequently visited, etc. And you see these barges and everything tied up on the side, or if you walk along the River Severn bank, there is the concrete barges. And I got a little bit of inspiration from pictures online of that, and I think that looks pretty effective there. Obviously, I still got to go along the edge with the fascia, etc. And there's still a lot to do. I've got some people to put on, etc. But I still got to paint those first. I got some people with shovels, and I got like an actual man in charge pointing at where he wants it to go, and I don't have a person to operate the crane. But it's all going to come in time. As of today, I was recording this, I have just bought the new Railway Modeler, the June edition, and it comes with this nice 00 gauge station platform shelter. Now, I've started building this, as you can see. It's a nice easy kit to build. But I think if it works out well, I'm actually going to be putting a wall in there. And have this as a booking office, and then the waiting room over here, and replacing the Cheltenham station I got there with it, potentially. I don't know yet. That's just something that I may do, I may not, I don't know. I may even save this for a little spoiler. I plan on extending this layout into an L shape, so I may save it for then. But yeah, that's a really nice freebie actually to get in the Railway Modeler this month. And just before we end off, I've actually been using this book that my dad gave me. I completely forgot about it. I've had it for over a year now and completely forgot about it, but as you can see, it's got pictures of the LMB. There's Yeo and EXE there. So obviously I got Tor, but that's the exact same logo. And yeah, I completely forgot I had it. And then I looked in the cupboard because I was looking for some books, and yeah, I found them, and it's got, you know, Barnstable Town and everything. And it's a really good book to read, and good inspiration pictures. And like I said, I do plan on extending this layout into an L shape, which will actually be for obviously the modelling cupboard, which is over there, to go on the wall. And once this is in situ, I can extend the fiddle yard going that way. Sorry, move the camera, going out and around that way. This will be facing the wall. The wall will be where we are sat. So I just still operate from the back. And then the new board will go round and be facing inside, because this will be the part that goes to shows, and then the other bit will just be for home use. So I can run a bit of trains back and forth. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at, guys. Like I said, I do feel like I needed that extension to make this whole coal scene make sense. I didn't just have heaps of coal. So that's what we've done. Like I said, there's about a week's work there, a stretch building, and paper mache, and several layers of stacked grass. So I think that it's given a really good effective look, especially with the barge now weathered up and having a load in. I still don't add a little bit more coal in there yet, but yeah, I think that is an extremely good look. And the reason I haven't actually stuck the crane in position yet is because I'm thinking I might add a servo to the bottom of it underneath, which will have a push button, you know, momentary switch there, so that at the show you can push the button and the crane will then go in, and then press it again and the crane will then come back out. So it looks like you're actually filling the barge, which I think for people looking at the show, especially kids, etc., I think that will be quite nice for them to just have a little interaction with the layout itself. But yeah, anyway, I know rambled on a little bit, but that's what I do. If you come to the channel and you're a regular, you will know by now. But anyway, remember, if you like what you see, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with another update in a week's time. So until then, bye for now.